All right, welcome to our database tutorial for the San Mateo Public Library. Here we are at the library's homepage, which will have just about all the information you could possibly want about the library. But since we're specifically talking about databases for kids and teens, we are going to go up here to Kids and Teens. And then we are going to click on Youth Resources. This is where we keep all of our research databases. As you can see here, we have quite a variety. We also have some skill building options, but today we are specifically going to be talking about Explora for grades 6 through 8. Now, this is something that I really like about Explora is that it breaks down its articles by grade levels. So if you are in middle school, it already has the proper articles pulled for you. So let's click on Explora. Now you can see here it's opening up for me. If you are accessing this from your home computer, you will need to log in with your library card and your PIN number, so you will need that information, but since I'm on a library computer, I was able to just get in. So here's its front page. You can see Explora is a general database that has information about a whole variety of topics, including arts and literature, biography, business and government, current issues, science and math, history, health, geography, all kinds of stuff. And it'll always have a fun little kind of current events or current interesting topics thing up here. So you can see we've got hurricanes, the 19th Amendment, Canterbury Tales, government spending, stress management. Just a good place to check out some current stuff. But if you're here, you're probably working on a specific project. So let's search some search terms for a specific project. Let's say you want to do a report about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. As you can see here, as I started to type in her name, it already gave us quite a few options for searches that you might want that are more specific, but we're just going to do a general search for now. All right, and you can see here we've got 288 results, so that's quite a few. If you wanted to narrow it down further, you can come over here to the right where it says Refine Results. You can limit your search to only peer-reviewed articles. This is a good way to make sure that you're getting very scholarly things. This makes sure that academics have looked at it, and it's a great way to make sure your articles for your report or whatever research you're doing are very high level. You can also change the publication date. So if you want something that was only published between certain years, you can do that here. You can also change the source type down here if you want to. So you can do encyclopedias, magazines, news, biographies, and primary source documents. This is another option that is very helpful when you're doing research, as primary sources are one of the most important things you can use in a research paper. So it's good to have this to be able to narrow it down. And you can also even search by lexile range. So if you want to have a specific lexile range, you can click on that and have it narrow down that way. Now, one of the things that I really love about Explora is that it gives these topic overviews here at the top of just about every search term you're going to run across. So let's click on the topic overview for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. All right, so now you can see here it's got this full article. It has who she was, when she was born, when she passed away, information about her early life, information about her life's work. It has information about her significance, and then it also has a bibliography. So now this can help you with your research, as you can be able to search these items either in Explora or just in Google or another search engine, and it'll help you improve your own research by using this as a starting point to bounce off of. So bibliographies are great. So let's scroll back up. And some of the fun things that I like about Explora are that it has the option to translate the article. So let's say you would like to translate it to Spanish. Let's give that a try. It does take a minute as the articles are a little bit long and it has to run it through a program. Shouldn't take too long, hopefully. All right, there we go. So we've got the translation of this article in Spanish. Now, it's important to note that this is run through an automatic translation program, so the translation may not be perfect, but it is something that can be helpful if you're more comfortable in another language. So now let's go back to the original language. And another fun option for those of you who are more auditory learners is that you can listen to the article, and you can also listen to it in a variety of accents. So you can listen to it in Australian accent, British accent, or just American accent, whatever you want. Now let's give it a listen. I'm going to turn up my volume to make sure we can hear it, and let's just see what it sounds like, shall we? Ruth Bader Ginsburg. All right, so you can see there that while the pronunciation isn't perfect, it's nice. It highlights which word it's on, so it's a really great way to listen to the article if that's the way that your brain absorbs information better. It can help you out there. All right, so now the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the right of the article, and we're going to look at some of our tools. So now Permalink is going to give you a permanent link to this particular article, so you can use that in your citations. Create Note is another way to bookmark and annotate things if you wanted to create a profile in Explora. You can sign in up here and create your own profile. Export will put it into a different format, such as PDF or a document. Citation, this one is super useful depending on what kind of citation format you need. It has almost all of them listed. So this way, you do need to double check, of course, because these are, again, automatically created. However, you can copy paste this into your works cited page and just double check it, and then you're good to go. Your bibliography is already on its way to being made for you. All right, so let's go back over here. So you can save it to your computer, you can email it to yourself or someone else, you can print it, you can add it to folder, and not saving it here on Explora. Here's the folder up here. But I think the most useful here is that you can export it directly to your Google Drive. So let's click here. And you can see it has my thing already saved on this computer. So let's click in. We're waiting for it to be redirected. That was very fast. All right, it has been saved to my Google Drive account. So now let's go over to my Drive. I'm just gonna refresh the page. And you can see here, uploaded just now, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So let's double click on that. Now the initial format it's going to show you is just the HTML, which is obviously a little bit hard to read, but once you open it with Google Docs, there is your very important works cited information and the entire article saved onto your Google Drive. So you can access this from wherever without having to log into Explora again. So that is a fantastic way to save to Google Drive. I'm really happy that Explora has that option. It makes everything just a little bit easier. All right, so now let's go back to our main page by clicking Explora up here. All right, now let's say you want to do a literature project and you have a particular book that you want to look at. It has a whole bunch of very popular books and artists here, but let's pick one that I personally like. So we're going to use the Bell Jar. All right, so you can see it's got 31 results for the Bell Jar. It has periodicals, magazines, reference, encyclopedia, reviews, all that good stuff. But it also has this wonderful topic overview. So let's click there. All right, and you can see here, you can listen to it again, you can translate it, but it's wonderful for book reports. It tells you when it was published, the type of work, the type of plot, the time of the plot, the location, the principal characters, and it has a full story summary. And then again, it has that bibliography. So this is another place that if you're working on a report on a particular book and you need more information, you can use this bibliography to work off of and find these different articles and work from there. So that is basically Explora. Like I said, a nice general option to get started on just about any topic that you could have. And there you go. So that's Explora for 6 through 8. Thank you very much for listening. I hope that this database tutorial has been helpful. And thanks again. Bye.